Hello everyone. This is batch number two. Our final year project presentation is crime pattern detection using data science. So we are a team of four. So I am Sandesh V. Kaushik.
I am Sanjay.
I'm Lakshmi.
And I am Ayman Sharif.
And the introduction part is done by Ayman Sharif.
So our topic is crime pattern prediction using data science. So abstract. Crime prevention and detection has become an important trend in crime and very challenging to solve crimes. So the crime data previously stored from previous sources have a tendency to increase steadily. Studies can help speed up the process of solving crime and help the computerized system detect the criminals automatically. So to solve this problem, in order to increase efficiency of crime detection, it is necessary to select the data mining techniques suitably. So here to solve the problem previously mentioned, we'll be using data mining techniques, and the proposed system is an automation for complaints, registrations, and crime pattern predictions based on the previous crime details collected from various sources. Introduction part of our project is the crime prevention and detection. Like we will be finding out the crime types, like what kind of crime type has been mentioned, and using that crime type we will be predicting the upcoming crimes in a particular area. So several studies have discovered various techniques to solve the crimes that use to many applications. Such studies can help speed up the process of solving crimes and help the computerized systems detect the criminals automatically. So the motivation of our project is there is no application for predicting crimes and their patterns. So we will be using a web application where we will be predicting the upcoming crimes and no precautionary measures to avoid crimes. And that will be done in our project. Like before the crime happens, we can stop the crime by detecting the patterns and predicting the crime using the previous data. And it stores the crime data and retrieves the same, and there is a lack of satisfaction, and it has a less efficient. Coming to literature survey, here we have gone through some several IEEE papers. Like the first paper is where the technique is used as association analysis concept, and that outcome is like analysis of crime patterns. What drawback we got in this 2015 paper is that it has a less concern about performance time. And next, we have gone through a paper like crime analysis and prediction using data mining technique. That is a 2014 paper where we have used a priori algorithm, which is also used in our project. And the outcome of this paper was extracting data from sources, and it has a pattern detection. But the drawback of this paper was like it was a false detection. So the still we have like 2008 paper, that is a very uh, previously done, and the techniques used here was segmented multiple metrics similarity measure, where we got the outcome like classifying data into similar and related groups for prediction. And what drawback we found in this paper was like no data collection, and there was no visualization. Next paper was like neural network based entity extractor, and the outcome of this paper was collecting and extracting data from police reports, but there was a no criminal model in this paper. So hence we went for a priori algorithm where we'll be using in our project. And the main objectives of our project is it is a web enabled application. It has a major objective, that is predicting the crimes and their patterns to stop the upcoming crimes. Next, it makes use of data science technique, that is called association rules for pattern discovery. And the proposed system is an automation for early crime pattern prediction, which avoids crimes. And it has also it will be also stored that the previous crime details will be stored, and the date location for the prediction of crime patterns, where we will find the date and location using the type of crime. And using these patterns, we will be detecting the crime. It is a real-time application where complaints and crime details are registered. The study area of our project is like data science real-time application. We are using data science in this, where it is a real-time application and it is a platform which is useful for crime sector for determining the crime trends.
And next, coming to the methodology, where in many of the data science project, they used an association rule according to the survey papers. Example, to find the mortality rate, e-commerce data set, and to find the relation with the different products. Association rule is also called as a pattern discovery, where it is mainly used for discovering the pattern. The pattern is discovered based on the relationship between a particular item with the other item in the same transaction. In this, the key elements are support and confidence. Support is nothing but like how frequently the items appear in the data set, and for considering the examples for calculating support for robbery, number of records contains robbery and the total number of records, which means that occurrence of a particular robbery. And coming to the confidence, like this defines an association between the two items or more. Considering an example, when a manager at the supermarket wants to know which items are frequently purchased together, that is within the same transaction. An example of such a rule mine for supermarket transaction database is like if a person goes to buy bread and butter, definitely he will buy some milk, where the support will be 50% and the confidence will be 100%. In this project, like we are using a priori TID algorithms for user to predict the crime patterns and expected outcome. And like in this project, we are going to predict the crimes by taking a crime types as an input and output as a crime prediction and their patterns. Like proposed system predicts the relationship between the different types of crime, like using a data science technique, which is called as an association rule, where association rule is nothing but to find the correlations among the object. Considering an example like Vijayanagar, like depending on the previous crime data, that we can predict the different types of crime that can take place in the future. Like output of the project is like a relationship between the different crime types in the Vijayanagar for upcoming days. Like example, robbery, murder, which leads to the suicide, and child abusing, which leads to the murder, and pickpocket, chain snatching related to the robbery. Like this can be operated by association rules. And the system requirements, where for software requirements and the hardware requirement. Software requirement framework is done using a .NET, which is a suitable technology as it requires less time for implementation of this project. And IDE is nothing but integrated development environment, like a Visual Studio 2010 tool is used for development .NET application. And front end is done by ASP.NET 4.0, which means technology which is used for development of internet working applications. And programming languages C# and .NET. And programming language is used for processing purposes. And backend MySQL and MS SQL Server used to store the crime data. And hardware requirements are RAM 4 GB plus, processor Intel dual core onwards, and processor speed is 2.4 gigahertz, and hard disk is 500 GB.
So coming to the users who are using our project. So basically there are three users who are using our project: the administrator, police station departments, and the publics. So administration is the one who maintains the entire application. So police station department means nothing but the investigation agency, which is created by the administrator. And the publics. Public means who can view people around us. We can view only the basic information. So coming to the modules of the users. So modules means functionalities of the users are called as modules. So for admin modules, there is a login, add cities, add areas, add police station departments, add crime types, and sign out. So admin will log in. He has the functionalities. He will add cities, he will add areas, and he will set one investigation agency and one in charger to that area. So in charger will be given an ID and password. So he will also manage the crime types. So crime types means like robbery, murder, etc. And he will sign out. So these are the functionalities of admin. Coming to the police department, so that is investigation agency. So investigation agency will add complaints and manage complaints. So search complaints. So search complaints is based on the complaint number. So next, the main part of our project, he will predict the crime pattern that will occur frequently using the a priori algorithm. So he will compare the analysis, that is result analysis. So he can add notifications that can be viewed by the public. So efficiency is found out in this module. So next one is the public module. So public module only is used to view the basic information like homepage, about us, contact us, and view notification. The notification uploaded by the investigation agencies is viewed by the public.
Next is context flow diagram, DFD. This is the best practice of using to draw the context level data flow diagram first, which shows the interaction between the system and the internal agents, which act as a data source and data sinks. On the context diagram, the system's interaction will be outside the world, are modeled purely in terms of data flow across the system boundary. The context diagram shows the entire system has a single process and gives no clue about the internal organization. Next is architecture diagram. Architecture diagram is overview outline of a project, and we can see the crime stoppers. The main objective of our application is stopping the crime. Administration which maintains the login details, and he will be able to handle all the other modules. Investigation agencies, the crimes will be uploaded in that and inputted to the stopping the crime. Next is database. Database is used to store the details of the crimes which have been going on, and stopping the crime is prevented.
So next is the DB structure. So we have around 10 tables added. So in first we'll table admin ID and password is there are the attributes. So admin ID is the primary key. So in another table, table investigation agency, IA ID, IA name, address, area ID, contact information, email ID, user ID, and password is are the attributes. So IA ID acts as the primary key. So in table investigation agency, area ID acts as the primary key to the TBL areas. So in TBL areas, area ID is the foreign key to that table. So in the investigation agency manage the complaints. So complaint ID is the primary key in complaint table. So type ID, IID, description, registration date, status. So status is nothing but whether the case is pending or it is completed. So type, next one is types, means type ID and type. Type ID is used as primary key, and city says city ID and city, where city ID is used as the primary key. So this is a basic DP structure of a project.
And coming to the three-tier architecture, like first layer is data layer, business logic layer, and presentation layer. At the data layer, the key component of the most of the application is the data. The data has to be served to the presentation layer somehow. The data layer is a separate component, like which is often set up as a separate or a group of projects in a .NET solution, where a whole soul of the purpose is to serve up the data from the database and return it to the caller. Through its approach, data can be logically reused, meaning that a portion of the application using the same query can make a call to the one layer method. And instead of embedding the query multiple times, this is generally more maintainable. And coming to the business layer, where a business layer through the website could talk a data access layer directly. It usually goes through the another layer called the business layer. The business layer is vital in that it validates the input condition before calling a method from the data layer. Like ensures the data input is correct before proceedings, and often ensure that the outputs are correct as well. And the validation of the input in a business rule, meaning that the rules that the business layers used to make the judgment about the data, like in our project, like where the prediction of a crime can take place by applying the association rules. One of the best reasons for the reusing logic is that the applications that small usually grows in functionally. The business layers helps to move logic and central layer for the maximum reusability, which means like a data can be used in a very good way. And the presentation layer, the ASP.NET website or a Windows Home applications, the UI for the which means the UI user interface for the project is called the presentation layer. The presentation layer is the most important layer simply because it's one of the everyone sees and uses. And even with a well-structured business and data layer, if the presentation layer is designed poorly, the gives the users a poor view of the system.
Testing is after coding. The next part is testing. In testing is a process in which we test our application whether it is completed and it is in a working condition and all the functions are working properly as the user requirements. we have two ways of testing: manual testing and automation testing. Manual testing is writing the manuals and testing. Automation is using some other tools and writing the test scripts, and we'll test that. As a student, we'll be using manual testing. Next types of testing are white box testing and black box testing. In white box testing, we'll be testing the internal part, means coding part of the project, and usually done by the developers. In black box testing, test engineers, means separate engineers will test the code. Means no coding knowledge is not important here, but language checking the functionality and outer layer of the application is checked in black box testing. Next, functional and non-functional testing. Functional testing is working of forms or pages and buttons. Checking all these are functional testing. Non-functional testing are whether it is secure, reliable, and scalable, whether it is expandable even after developing this application. And the levels of testing are unit testing, integration testing, and systems testing and acceptance testing. Unit testing is individual components, separate modules. As we in our project, we have like admin module separately and investigation agency. We'll test separate modules. And next is integration testing, combining all the modules. After testing individual modules, we'll combine the modules together and we'll test. After that, system testing. System testing is nothing but overall system working. The condition of the working of the application is tested. Next is user acceptance. User acceptance is tested here if customer is satisfied or not. Next is test cases. In test cases, we have taken test IDs and description and expected result and actual result and status. Description is nothing but the giving a small line or description about test cases, and expected result, as we'll be knowing, as we are writing the test cases, we'll be knowing what is the expected outcome that is mentioned, and actual outcome is what we are expecting it may happen, that is tested. And status even after matching the expected and the actual, the status is displayed. Like this, we have many test cases. In that, we have mentioned 4 test cases here.
So the conclusion is the crime are characterized is change over time and increase continuously. So the increase of the crime may lead to some issues of understanding crime behavior and predicting the crime. So this managing large volumes of data from various sources is difficult. So research interests have tried to solve some issues. So however, these research are not accurate. So this lead to challenges in the field of crime detection. So our project overcome these challenges include modeling of crimes for finding suitable algorithms to detect the crime. Precise detection and prevention of data in a small processing time is done in our project. So the future enhancement of our project is we can online complaint registration and query module. So public can post queries to the admin. So admin can receive the queries and do some work on that query. So these are some future enhancement that we taught in our project. So thank you. So this is basically the presentation of the project. So I will show the demo of our project. So basically a front end of our project. So this is viewed by the public. So public will view this page. So you can view the basic information like home, about us, and contact us. So we'll see about us and here contact us. So yeah, you can also view some notifications that is uploaded by the investigation agency. So these are some notifications. So home. So these are basic page or a front end page of our public. So if a user can log in, if he is an admin, the password is admin password 1. So if he's admin, admin. So as a functionality is to add cities, areas, add investigation agency, and add crime types. So you can add cities. So you can enter one cities and you can add the cities. So new city added successfully. So every validation is done in a project. So you can add areas. So here add same something and you can add the areas. So city select. So add investigation agency. So you will create an investigation agency with the name, password, and address. So investigation agency with this new user ID and password, you must log in. So some of uh, some of the data we have added. So next is add crime types. So you can add the crime types like robbery, chain snatching, murder, kidnap, pickpockets. Like that, you can add new crimes whenever it occurs. So these are the basic functionalities of the admin. So you can then sign out. So next is the investigation agency. If a user is not an admin, you will log in as an investigation agencies. So invest in investigation agencies. He can view the complaints, add complaints. So we can add new complaints if it is lodged. So added some complaints like robbery, crime number, and occur date, the criminal photo, and status. Status means whether it is pending or it is completed. So here are some description, occur date, complaint, and you can also add photos and status. That is status it is completed and pending. Next is search. So you can search the complaint based on the complaint number, and I can also search the complaint based on the start date and end date. So crime number 1 search. So if you give some search some complaints, it will show this crime number 1. So it will show here view complaint. Based on the complaint number, it will search the complaints. So next one is the search. Then the main part of the project is the prediction of the crime pattern. So this is done using the a priori algorithm. So we have taken area, 3 attributes: area, start date, and end date. So area is specified as some like Jainagar we can take, and start date we can take anything. So in between we'll take the start date between 10 years so that it will produce efficient output. So next crime trends, so it will predict the pattern. So these are the output of our project. According to the start date and end date, whatever the robbery occurred will be displayed, and also the further in future what kind of crime that can occur, it will show. Like chain snatching may lead to pickpocket, the confidence is 100%. Murder may lead to robbery, pickpocket may lead to robbery, pickpocket robbery may lead to murder, robbery and murder may lead to chain snatching. So these are the final output of our project. So based on this we'll upload, the IA will upload the notifications. So notifications can be uploaded, so no, that is viewed by the public. So this is the basic demo of our project. So our main part is this pattern prediction. We'll give the attribute start date, end date, and it will predict the pattern required. So sign out. So we are still adding some data sets. So this home button. So our code of the project is here. So .aspx page is the front end page, and .cs page is the coding page where you use CS coding for the coding the project. So this is the algorithm part of the project. These are the algorithm part of the project. So I'll explain the algorithm part of the project. So first we'll give the minimum support and minimum confidence. So in the example, we'll give minimum support as 0.5, minimum confidence as 0.8. So next in algorithm we'll find L1. L1 means frequent item sets. So in get list frequent items, it will store L1, and it is a parameter is passed, that is minimum support. So L1 is stored in one dictionary called as dictionary frequent item list 1, this one. So L1 is stored in this, then then the dictionary frequent item list 1 will stored in another dictionary called as dictionary frequent items main. So this is not required, but we have done that. So then next one is the then we'll use do while loop. Do while loop for that candidate generation. So in that here dictionary frequent item list main is where L1 is stored. So generate candidates. The candidates means C1, C2, C3, like that we'll generate the candidates, and it is stored in a buffer called as dictionary candidates. So next, get frequent item sets, then L2 is produced as the output, where the parameters are dictionary candidates and minimum support. It will compare the dictionary candidates and minimum support, that is C2 and minimum support. So the result stored in another dictionary called as dictionary frequent item list main. So until while dictionary candidates dot count, that is until it becomes null, the whole this loop will carry out. So after the it becomes null, it comes out of the loop. So next one is the generation of rules, that is the association rules. So generate rules means it is used to, this function is used to find the patterns stored in a dictionary. So it will find the patterns and will stored in another dictionary called as rules list. So next one is get strong rules. Yes, it is a function where input is given is minimum confidence and rule list. Then it is stored in another buffer called as strong rules. Though this result will be produced here. This is the final output of our project, where the attributes are given here in dictionary, all frequent item set, and strong rules. So this is a basic explanation, code explanation of our algorithm. So we can view the sub functions of our project. So this one is this function is the get frequent item list, that is L1. So one for loop is taken. For loop for I is equal to 0, I LV dot items, that is the frequent items that occur. Then I press this. Then it is compared with the support. If the support is greater than or equal to this one, it is taken or it is removed from the algorithm. So like that this function works, get frequent item sets. Like that, next function is dictionary frequent generate candidates. This is used to find out C1, C2, C3, etc. Find out C1, C2, C3. So same it is like that L1, L2, same it is. The first the string item is taken, then it is compared with a minimum support. If it is greater than or equal to, it is taken into the algorithm, or if it is lesser, it will be removed from the algorithm. So this is the main coding. This is the main coding for the function generate candidate. So like that we have coded our algorithm. So the front page, so these are some front pages of our project, front end pages, .ax page. So these are the front end page where we done using HTML and CSS. So here in Visual Studio we have used admin modules, so we can add areas, add cities, add investigation, add claim types. These are the front pages. So if we want the backend coding part, we will have to move that to that page. So again, investigation agencies. So investigation agencies, criminal. You can add criminal, add complaints, crime trends. This is the main part of the project. And notifications and search. This is the search module where we will search based on the complaints. Public page we have done. This is the basic page of this is a basic front end page of our project. Public page where he will view the basic information like about us, contact us, index, notifications, and end user login. So these are some basic demo and code explanation of our project. And we have collected many data sets. So I will show some sample data sets. So this is the sample data set that we have taken. So we have collected around 800 data sets we are adding to that project. So these are some sample data sets that I am showing. So this is basically our project, crime pattern detection. So thank you.